guys. Hello. Hi guys, how you going? Linda here. Please send me the love and the likes when you get on. So if you could actually dot me the loves and the likes when you get on here, so I can see that you are actually on. So welcome. Nice to see you all. Send me that love. Today's so Linda Morrison here. Today's topic that I'm going to talk about is actually 2/3 of Australians are overweight or obese. Thanks for the love, guys. It's nice to see you. Oh, I've had a big week. Very exciting stuff happening here at Ageless Body HQ. I was hoping to actually have some stuff to show you. I'm not sure if you can see that, but I've got a Linda necklace. It's too much light. Thanks for the love. Keep bombing them. I love it when you guys do that. So, let me just see if I can get a little bit less light. Yes, I've got a Linda necklace. I'm not sure if you can see that. The story is this, is that when I was young, when I was little, my grandmother walked down the street, down here, where I live, and there's a jewellery store that had my name, little necklace, and she bought it for me. And it broke when I was little. So when I got to be a big girl, I had it redone. You see it, Linda? I had it redone in white gold. And then when she was 80, now she's nearly 94. My nan is nearly 94. And when she was 80, she said, "Oh, you're wearing your necklace." And she didn't know it had broken. And she didn't know that I'd actually had it reproduced, by the jeweler. Exactly the same in that kind of 70s, 80s style. But I couldn't put it on because my nails are too long. So I needed some help. So it's on my wrist. Couldn't put it on my neck. All right, so what I'm going to talk about today with you guys is 2/3 of Australians are overweight or obese. I believe it's for a certain reason. It's not lack of resources. Thanks for the love, guys. Please share the stream too if you wouldn't mind. It's not for lack of resources, and it's certainly not for lack of information. And then I was sort of thinking, is it because of lack of engagement? Because I engage you guys all of the time. I do almost daily blogs, videos at least 5 times a week. You're probably sick of me. So it's certainly not lack of engagement, that people don't have the knowledge of what they need to know to be their ideal body weight. So my ideal body weight's completely different to somebody else. But what therefore is it? And often it's addiction, okay? So what exactly is that? So people can be equally as addicted to choices they make around making themselves feel not good or unhealthy as they can to be around making choices that make them feel healthy, stepping towards what they do want. So accessing exactly what it is you do want, stepping into that fully, actually I find takes drawing a line in the sand and saying, I am absolutely worthy of whatever body of health I choose that I actually want. Yeah? So you don't, in Australia, have lack of resources. We have incredible climate. Like even when it's hot, you can actually work out early in the morning. Okay, so we have incredible climate. We've got access to terrific food. We've got access to terrific education around health and fitness. And I've said this before on a live stream. When I grew up, thanks for the love, guys. Please share the stream for me. I do appreciate it, and bomb me the loves and the likes. So when I grew up in state schools in Australia. We had every day at primary school run around Australia before we started class. We had a dentist at class. We knew about plaque. We knew about teeth hygiene. We had munch and crunch lunches, which were like salad rolls and, juice or whatever it was. And we knew about health and fitness and what kept a healthy body. We had PE almost every day, very involved in inter-school sports and all of those sorts of things. It was a normal state school. So we don't lack knowledge. And the majority of people that actually come to me have been fit before, but they've lost their way around their bodies somewhere along the line. Sometimes it's when they have their children. Sometimes it's when they get married. Sometimes, and by the way, average size Australian women cannot eat what men eat. So if you're partnered there with someone who's way bigger than you, you can't eat the volume of food that they actually eat. So don't, right? Don't. And I've learnt to, because I've, always hung out with really tall men, you can't eat that amount of food and they load up your plate for you. You cannot eat that amount of food. So guys, please share the stream and I'll go back to basics. So if you actually have been brought up here in Australia, you don't lack knowledge in and around what to eat, how to move your body, and how to be healthy. You don't lack knowledge. You certainly don't lack resources either. All right. The other thing I actually thought about trying to help make excuses for the 2/3 of overweight or obese Australians is that there's a lack of engagement. There might be a lack of focus, but I actually do a lot of live engagement to keep you guys fit, healthy, well and moving forward. Guys, can you see the stream here? Can you bomb me the loves and the likes as you sit there and watch? Because it says that the connection's weak, so I just want to know if it's okay. Okay, so we go back to this factor of worthiness, right? So what is it that you want to achieve around your body of health? Get really, really clear on that, and we help you do that in our programs. Then set about having a plan to put in place to hold you to that. But you need to actually keep remembering what's your why around why you are doing this. Why do you want to lose 10, 20, 30 kilos? Why do you want to have that body of health that brings you incredible clarity, effectiveness, efficiency, productivity, and all of the other stuff? Why do you actually want it? What is it that you are wanting to achieve? And every single time we need to come back to your truth. And that, I think, is the key to why it's difficult for people to achieve the body of health that they actually want. Yeah? So, what are you actually left with? You're either committed to making choices that take you away from what you say you actually want, or you can be equally as committed to your health choices to take you towards what you do actually want. Does that make sense? Is there any questions? Does that make sense? Sorry about that. Put my thing on the screen. So, you can be equally as committed to what you don't want as you can to be towards what you do want. It doesn't take any more effort, actually. It's just that sometimes the habits that move us away from what we want are actually give us immediate change in state, such as smoking, drinking, eating the block of chocolate. Yeah? So we're all chasing down dopamine. But here's what else gives us dopamine and good feelings. Exercise, hugging someone we love, holding a baby, sex, all that stuff. So you can be just as committed to what you do want and moving towards that direction as you can toward the opposite direction. Does that make sense? I know I've got a few people here on the stream, so they're just wondering. Okay. So women come to me every day. I'll give an example and then I'll pull off if there's no, pull off the stream if there's no questions. So women come to me and say, oh, I really want to lose 20 kilos. I know that will take the load off my knees. I know I feel a hell of a lot better if I actually, get to the body weight that's ideal for my body. I really don't want to be smoking, drinking, and having chocolate, or not eating because I'm drinking so much. Clients say that to me every day, and it might sound kind of odd or out there, but that's the reality. That's the reality. So I say, right, so you're making choices every day to go and buy the cigarettes, to go and buy the wine, to choose not to buy the colorful vegetables, and to eat the great protein and put on a great meal for dinner. You're choosing not to do that, but to actually do the other stuff, where you can, here in Australia, take a walk every day, even if it's hot or cold or whatever, and start stepping into that healthy body. Right, so you're making a commitment to every single day for what you don't want as opposed to what you want. So part of what we do is getting you clear around what you want, how you're going to get rid of the addictions, and then step towards what you do want each and every day and chip away at that. Chip away, chip away, chip away, chip away. Because that's where the work happens every day, to move towards what you do want. And it's really cool. So average results for us on the 6-week program are 2 to 3 dress sizes gone, or 6 to 10 kilos gone. Forever. I'm only interested in forever if you are on a trajectory to lose weight. If you are amongst this two-thirds of Australians, what is there, 22, 23 million people here in Australia? That's a huge percentage. When I last looked, it was over 11 million Australians are not rocking about in their best body weight. Don't worry about health or conditioning or whatever that comes along with, great commitment to terrific health. They're not even got their correct body weight to start out with. Yeah. So in one generation, that's fallen on its backside. That's fallen on its backside. Now we've got overweight babies, children, teenagers, pregnant women. All in 1 or 2 generations that started to happen at really, 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 really high rates. Okay? So we're here to turn that around. And I start with women 40 and 50 and helping that, because they care for others, elderly grandparents, children, grown children, sometimes grandchildren as well at 40, 50. Okay? So it is not lack of resources here in Australia, just to end off, because no one's asking questions. It is not lack of resources. It is not lack of information. It is not lack of engagement, because I'm here every day taking you forward. What it is lack of commitment to the right thing to actually move forward. So what is it that you want? What is it that you say you want? Commit fully, all in, pay for it, because then you'll add to your level of attention, because free doesn't work. We know this. We've talked about it before. And then go for it. Be committed to that just as much as you are to ill health. Everyone's got the same, Marie says time, everyone's got the same amount of time. I have always kept a great body, 20s, 30s, 40s, always kept a great body. I've got more time now than I've ever have, because I'm more effective and efficient at the boring household duties and being a mother than I was when I was, 20-something, being a mum. So we've all got the same amount of time. It still comes back to commitment and engagement. What are you willing to do? If you feel bad about the way you actually structure and give of your time to others, and you feel resentful of time, then you need to change that, because you're in charge here. You're in charge of your own life. No one's actually going to come forward and actually say, hey, listen, I'll take the load off you. I'll take the load off you so you can get done what you want. Unless you actually have a really clear picture around where you are heading, everyone will, in fact, take advantage of you, your resources, how effective you are, how efficient you are, because you don't know where you are heading or what you're doing with your time, because they will make themselves more important on your agenda. So I've talked on other live streams about agenda. Yeah, your agenda is just as important as everyone else that you need to look after. Husbands, elderly fathers, children, whatever. Your agenda is just as important as their agenda. In fact, if you are the CEO of your family, I am the CEO of my family, then I say where my time goes and how effectively I actually run this household. So if I'm complaining about time, if I'm complaining about my load, if I'm complaining about the people that I live with not actually holding their own weight within my household, then I need to change that, because I am the CEO of my family. Okay, so unless you step into what that actually is and how powerful you are there, and must I say, the women of old, okay, so let's go back to, say, Country Women's Association of whatever, 1950, they knew if the cogs of their family life did not work, then stuff didn't get done. They held themselves in a much higher standard, or much higher, we can find the right words, much higher importance in what went on than we do now at this time. So if you are a mother at home whose main job is to look after the children, and you're not actually stepping into all of that is, and how powerful you are, then that's your paradigm. Okay, you need to change that, because you are powerful. If you didn't happen, if you didn't run the family, if you didn't emotionally service the husband, the children, the everything else, then no one could move forward. No one. So never actually underestimate what that is. Never actually underestimate your worthiness in that realm. Women's work, no one else is willing to do but women. Okay, it's awesome. It's awesome to be the caretaker of that. It's awesome to be a mum. It's awesome. But what I'm saying is, you can be a better mum, a better server, a better worker to your boss, a better business owner, whatever you do, when you are thriving and when you are firing on all cylinders. You're more effective, more productive, more efficient, clearer. You get the job done better, and you know what? You get to thrive. You get to say, I'm here and I'm important, and I run this show, yeah? And do you know what? I can run it with my eyes shut, because let's face it, at 40 and 50, you are effective. You can make meals, you can run the household, you can do this, you can do that, but you've got to pull those worker bees, those you live with, into shape. You've got to pull them into shape so that they help the system work. It's a good organization, or it's not a good organization. You decide. You decide. It's your boundaries, and you're running this show, but you need to fully step into that, and you need to communicate what you do. You know, you need to communicate your value. You need to let other people know. So run an effective household, so you then can actually step into all that you need to be. What do you want to be? If you're not clear, hop on the phone to me. Yeah? We don't want 2/3 of Australians overweight, unhappy, tired, sick, and reaching for drugs just to cope, to get through their day. That's not what Australia is about, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, we want vibrant leaders and women and mothers, and we want terrific health. We don't want to fear breast cancer. We don't want to fear not having enough energy to get through a day. We don't want to fear being at the mercy of stress that takes us down and under. We don't want any of those things. Women I get to talk to are modern, savvy, sassy, smart, gorgeous, and terrific. Why then are they 10, 20, 30, 40 kilos overweight and accepting the crumbs that fall off the end of the budget at the end of the week? They seem to be in paid employment, and running everything at home as well. Okay? So therefore, step into all of that there is, because if you go down, the family goes down. If you go down, the family goes down. Can't work, can't function, can't do anything. But if you thrive at your fullest potential, look amazing, feel amazing, have great energy, have great productivity, all the rest of it, you will want to step into the study that you're too afraid to do now. Do the physical activities that you don't have the health for to do now. Go into the careers that you're too shy to do right now. You'll be all that you can be, which is why we're here. It's why I tirelessly, 12 hours a day, chip away at helping you with your self-esteem. Yeah? What is it that you want to know today? Type in a question. Please share the stream. I appreciate it when you do. And when you're on my live streams, I'd love you to bomb me the loves and the likes so that I know that you are listening. Yeah? I know that you're listening. I know that you can hear me. I know the stream's working well, and I know you get it. Yeah? All right. How do we work? Day retreat Melbourne, February. Day retreat Adelaide, April. Long retreat, April, Adelaide Hills, Byron Bay. Day retreat, Byron Bay, full retreat. Actually, Byron Bay day retreat's not set yet, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. I might go to Brisbane or somewhere else, or Sydney. I'm not sure yet. But Byron Bay September retreat is set, 4 nights. Beautiful. Can you guys hear me? Because it's saying my connection is weak. So bomb me those loves and the likes as well. So that's how you can work with me. You can also work in the 6-week transformation challenge starting virtually immediately to work on these areas. Incredible nutrition, fabulous conditioning of body, because you cannot get to what you want to access. I don't know about Sydney, Marie. I need 20 people in a room. So if you can help me with that, I'll come to Sydney. Yeah? I'll come to Sydney if you can help me with 20 people in a room. So, beautiful, good quality conditioning for the woman that, mostly this is what I work with, the person that's tired and strung out. Okay, so appropriate conditioning, physical conditioning. You cannot go and lift weights like some sort of athlete straight away. You've got to build the foundations. You cannot build the foundations on terribly toxic body that's having, wine every night or chocolate, and a body that hasn't physically worked properly for years or ages. Then there's the area of self-care, extreme self-care. And this is the area that I purport to as being a superpower for my women to get them incredibly well. Yeah? So we get that right across the board first, then we actually take you forward and onwards to lose the weight, lose the body fat, improve the muscle tone, improve the skin tone, the clarity of mind, the confidence, all that other stuff. Yeah? All right, so any questions before I hop off? I started with, you can see it. I can't put my necklace on because my nails are too long. So there you go. You have vanity in one area, but not the other. So that's my grandmother's necklace and present to me. I told a story at the start of the stream about that, so you might want to go back to that. Do you need anything? Please share the stream. Please let me know how I can actually help moving forward. There's loads of options in ways to work with me. So it's really about commitment, and generally you need a coach to raise you to your highest standard of yourself if you're not doing it yourself. So that's what we do and why we're here. All right, I'm going to get off now. If you've not seen yet, I do a little dance that's gone a little bit viral across at Instagram that you might want to look at, to one of my favorite songs, which happens to be Shape of You, Ed Sheeran, this week. So you might want to look at that on Instagram just to entertain you. All right, send me a private message. Talk to you soon. Bye.